This is Africa Diaspora Connect.
Join us as we take the journey from the motherland to America.
We share our experiences and learn from them.
Here is our host, Kibathi.
Welcome to the African Diaspora Connect, a special show today, recording out of our brand new studio. We're trying a little something different. Chrissy, we love you. We'll be back in the main studio. We're just trying something different. I'm your host, Kibathi Gaturu. For me, the best guests in the world. I'm going to introduce them one by one. Very special men in my life, men I've known forever in a day. We've practically grown up together in the 80s with these brothers. Introducing Mr. John Walu Bengo, coming direct from his Zoom house in Bungoma. Welcome, Walu.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thanks a lot for this opportunity. My name is John Walu Bengo. I teach at Multimedia University, and I'm happy to be here to talk about blockchain and related issues. Asante sana.
Karibu sana. And then coming all the way from the UK, United Kingdom, himself, the crasher, Patrick Kiragu Wamwagi. Welcome to the Africa Diaspora Connect. Crash, welcome.
Thank you, Bans. Thank you. Good. Thanks for this opportunity. My name is Patrick Kiragu Mwangi, as you heard from the Bans, as we call him. My background is finance, and I've gone head-on into cryptocurrency because I love cryptocurrency. Thank you, man.
You heard it. It's crypto life, guys. ADC, man. It's mind-boggling. You know, I didn't know anything about cryptos maybe until 4 or 5 years ago. I remember trying to talk. We have our Strathmore forum over there, and no one seemed to know anything. Even Crash was even still. It was kind of like dazzle, like, okay, crypto, what? Just 5 years ago. Now it's on everyone's fingertips, everyone's lips. Cryptocurrency. You know, we hit 60,000 this past weekend. I don't know what the hell happened. Let's listen, Walu. Let's start with this, the history, blockchain history. This guy, Satoshi. Just give us an intro. What is this madness, Walu? What's going on? What's all this crypto nonsense? What's going on?
Okay, yeah. The Satoshi and company created a system that removes the bank while retaining the same integrity in that transaction. How they did that is quite revolutionary, but in simple terms, it's like an Excel sheet, you know, the spreadsheet that perhaps most of us are familiar with,
Yep.
where you would type in, imagine the three of us here, with each of us with our own spreadsheet, and you want to send money to Crash. But the three of us are in a consortium, having each a copy of the spreadsheet. So when you send money, there's a rule, a protocol that says before the money is confirmed as being sent, the three of us have to agree. So you would send the money and the transaction entered in your spreadsheet. As you enter in your spreadsheet, I will also see the transaction in my spreadsheet. Crash will also see the transaction in his spreadsheet, but that transaction is not validated unless all the three of us agree that it's a valid transaction. Okay. Now, if you spread that to 10 people, to 11 people, in this case, each person there is considered a node, a computer. It's the computer doing the verification. It's the computer confirming that what is entered there is right. And before it is agreed, all the participating computers must agree that we have individually checked and validated the transaction. So by creating this system, they removed the middleman. The banks are no longer necessary. The computers have taken over and are doing what the bankers were doing in a very sort of mathematical, but in a provable way, that whatever you send has been verified and it's actually a clean transaction. So that is the foundation of blockchain.
Wow, man, it sounds a bit convoluted. Sounds confusing, man. But you know what? Sounds like you're making some sense, but a professor. I gotta tell you that. So, Crash, let me ask you a question. So, why crypto? You know, what's the role of crypto in society? How would you be able to answer that one, Crash?
Well, crypto. Basically, currently, everyone thinks of crypto merely as currency. That basically, if you have your Bitcoin, you'd basically be able to walk into a shop and basically make your purchases, buy whatever you want to buy. Now that was initial that was initial aim by Satoshi when he came up with the blockchain concept,
Yep.
the Bitcoin concept. Sorry. But then, of course, as we all know, Bitcoin has mushroomed in price from something from below a dollar to now almost $60, $60,000.
60,000. Until it was 63,000 just the other day. Yeah.
So in effect, Bitcoin has lost its currency status. So I mean, when you're looking at it as more of a store of value, I mean, like gold, the way you look at gold as a store of value.
Okay.
Now people doing Bitcoinized. But again, as I was saying, I mean, crypto has a function beyond currency. I mean, some are looking at it as a security. Others look at it as a utility, what they call a utility token. That means by owning a crypto, then you have access to certain services.
Okay.
That would exclude other people, and basically that then becomes a function in its own, apart from being a currency. So I mean, in a nutshell, you'd divide crypto into three main categories. That's crypto as a currency, crypto as a security token, or compared that to a share in a company, or a utility token. There are quite a bit of complicated differences between those three, but you're looking at currency, utility, or security as the main groupings of crypto.
Okay, so we're hearing it live and direct once again. Africa Diaspora Connect coming at you, talking about cryptocurrency. Walu. So what are this blockchain phenomenon, right? This whole blockchain thing. So what are the various components that make up a blockchain, and what is really can you extrapolate that for us somehow?
Okay, yes. So the key component of a blockchain include a server or a node. You know, the computers that are doing the verification of those transactions.
Okay.
And the way the system is designed is any of us, at least the Bitcoin blockchain, any of us can download the software, put on their laptop, and convert it into a node or a server that verifies the transactions between the various parties. And the way Satoshi designed this is to compensate whoever does the verification first and right gets compensated. His computer actually is rewarded with 12.5 Bitcoins, but I think from last year that halved to 6 point something Bitcoins. So he created a system, an incentive system that ensures that the nodes, the computers that are verifying transactions continue doing so because of the reward. So that's one component. The nodes, most people call them mining.
Yeah, mining.
So when you hear somebody talking about mining Bitcoins, that's they mean they're running a computer server that is verifying transactions from the other computers. The other component of blockchain is actually the database. You know, all these transactions are sitting in a record. That's why earlier on I started with an Excel worksheet. Basically, a blockchain database is no different from an Excel worksheet, except that the verification is through consensus. You know, previously or currently, most databases are centralized and only the IT directors can change things in there. And that's fair, it's good, but it's also risky. If you get a rogue IT director, they're gonna be changing things that shouldn't be changed.
Okay.
And you're looking at examples like the Ministry of Lands, people are changing title deeds. You're looking at elections, people are changing election results. So if those existing systems can be re-engineered in a blockchain way, then you can increase the integrity of the system. So there's the nodes, there's the database, and finally, what most users see is the the front end. In the monetary term, the front end will be like the wallet.
Okay.
So the wallet is what allows you to connect to the blockchain. So those are the three components of a blockchain.
This presentation is going to be live and direct, and our sponsors, special dedication to KCB, the special bank for diaspora business and personal banking needs for any diasporan living in the USA. Looking for a personal loan, mortgage, banking services, and diaspora travel, insurance, you name it. Reach out to our KCB diaspora agent, Tony Ngare, at 978-996-7579, or email at tony.kcbdiasporaagent@gmail.com. So Crash, the regular Wanjiko out there who's hearing this whole rave about cryptocurrency, how does she get started? How does the regular Wepukulu out there, where do they start? Where do you start? How do you get into this? How do you start investing in this amazing, very confusing thing we call cryptocurrency? How do you start?
Well, that's quite a conundrum there, because what happens is that you've got basically bad players coming along and basically promising high returns to innocent investors, and basically running away with their money in certain instances. But so basically, I mean, what you'd be looking out is for the credible exchanges, the ones that trade in crypto to currency, and there are quite a number of them, but there are quite some ones that you need to look out for.
Which ones?
And avoid the brokers, so to speak. Now, you've got, I mean, the one that comes straight to mind is Coinbase. Coinbase is the one I'd say is the most trusted. I mean, it's what even some of the regulators in the US, in the UK have seen as potential partners. Coinbase is up there. Then you look at another one called Binance.
Okay.
That is one called Kraken. So those are the ones those are, in my opinion, are the three main ones. Then of course the other exchanges which not just deal with cryptocurrency, but they also look at forex. They also do forex, and they do stocks, normal stocks. So we're looking at one called Gemini and one called eToro. I mean, I'm sure these are names people can Google and come up with. So, I mean, but these exchanges which are basically available to anyone, any investor globally. Now, if you look at the Kenya context, I think Walu would be more able to tell you which particular online sites are trustable in that sense. I mean, just to basically wrap it up on that one, is that Coinbase, Kraken, and Binance are the ones that I point out as the top ones.
Okay. All right, Walu, anything to add on to that?
Yes. For Kenya, the way we're getting cryptos is there's a website called localbitcoins.com.
Localbitcoins.com.
Yeah, actually the thing is it's available even in the US. It's just that when you're in the US, you'll see the exchange in dollars. When you do localbitcoins.com and you're in Uganda, you'll see it in Uganda shillings.
Okay.
So it's a global site, but with local chapters. And what Wanjiko needs to do is go to that website. And so long as she has a digital wallet, the crypto wallets are freely available on the internet. So if you have a crypto wallet, you will then go to that website and buy some crypto.
So Walu, she doesn't know what a crypto wallet is. She has no clue. She's clueless. What is a crypto wallet? No, don't laugh, you guy. You don't know.
Okay.
You don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
For Wanjiku, it's like her M-Pesa software.
Okay.
Yeah. So so when for Wanjiku, she knows M-Pesa app or M-Pesa SMS version.
Okay.
So it's the same thing, but now for crypto money, and it's downloadable off the internet, and you put it on your smartphone or your laptop, and with that it becomes your account. The crypto wallet actually creates a unique number on the blockchain database we talked about. So all the millions of blockchain account holders, including me and you, as well as Crash, we have unique ID. It's like a bank account number,
okay,
but only for you. And when she downloads the crypto wallet, in the background, it gives her a unique ID so that when she goes to localbitcoins.com, she will pay a trader in Kenya shilling, and the trader will push Bitcoins into her account. Fraction, Bitcoin, most people think you can only buy a full unit. I mean, a full unit is what? 500,000 shillings? You can't afford it. So most of the time you'll buy kidogo, just portions of a Bitcoin.
What's the smallest portion you can buy?
It's called a Satoshi. It's very, very small. It's probably less than 1 cent of a dollar.
Okay.
Yeah. But you may not get traders willing to sell you that small. Yeah. So like me, I have Bitcoins worth, well, I bought mine at $100, and as you know, the price has gone up to now. I've got, when I check my wallet, I can see like $600.
You have like 7 Bitcoins, you guys. We know you, Walu. You have like 7 things there, just there gazing like so. Walu, we know how you roll.
You better speak for yourself. I buy my Bitcoins for academic reasons. I want to understand the technology and just hack it. But my colleague here is the investor. Some people go in for investment purposes, and those people would then use, because they may not be technical to buy it themselves, they will now use third parties or the crypto exchanges or the investor groups that have come up to receive your money in dollars and then trade on your behalf. They can buy a whole portfolio of different types of cryptos.
Good point. And brings back to the next one for Crash, because I think right in this day and age, Bitcoin is synonymous with cryptocurrency, but Crash, there's a whole slew of stuff out there. All right, and on our forum, you're the guy who really hops on a lot of this stuff. Okay, so forget about the Bitcoin, man. I mean, who can afford that crap? All right, where should we? Getting started right now. We're late in the game. All right, it's where. What advice would you give someone who would really love? They missed the boat initially. Nothing is affordable, but there's a whole slew of other currencies out there, Crash. How would you advise someone to get involved, and what would you suggest? And not that you're going to be, and anything that's said here today is not to be taken. This is a risk here. So guys, this is just us talking. This is just men talking, some intellectuals here. But Crash, what guidance would you give?
Well, just correct you on that one. I mean, there's nothing like any crypto being too expensive to go into. I mean,
okay. Go buy a Bitcoin. Go buy one Bitcoin. Go buy one.
No, I mean, just correct you on that one. With as little as £10, sorry, I mean 10 pounds now. That's the UK. Let's say as little as 100 shillings.
Go ahead, pounds, dollars, whatever. We know currency. Go ahead.
Fair enough. What I'm basically trying to say, you can actually buy Bitcoin. Right?
A fraction. What it means is a fraction of a Bitcoin.
And we see. You already said that. Walu already made that clear. The Satoshi. You can even buy a Satoshi for whatever. That I understand.
Well, okay. Putting Bitcoin aside, you've got a slew, as you said, you've got a slew of other cryptos. You've got Ethereum, which is at number 2. You've got XRP, which is actually trading at less than $1.
Which one is that one? Which one was that? Say that again.
XRP.
XRP, yes.
The Ripple.
The name for it is Ripple.
Ripple.
And you've got a slew of others. You've got Bitcoin Cash. You've got Litecoin. So you've got a host of them. The thing I'd advise anyone is to go to the website CoinMarketCap. Right.
CoinMarket who?
CoinMarketCap. So you've got coin, then market, and cap. Cap is
CAP. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically that website.
CoinMarketCap.com.
.com. Sorry. Yeah. Now that website gives you basically a whole list of the cryptocurrencies you can invest in, right? So you've got your Bitcoin as number 1, Ethereum as number 2, but you've got literally hundreds of others you can invest in. Now you need to pick a particular exchange where you need to buy them off. And that is where now the likes of Coinbase come into play, because you want to buy them off a credible platform, right? So back to your question, there are cryptocurrencies which are affordable. I mean, there's nothing like saying they are not affordable. They are affordable.
Okay.
And there's a long way to run because this industry has just started off. So this industry is going to go a long way. So if you're looking at digitalization of society, right? You're looking at potentially in medicine, in security, in finance. There's a whole slew of sectors where cryptocurrency is applicable, and therefore it means that as the world becomes more digitalized, then opportunities definitely come up when you hold these currencies for them to go up in price.
Okay.
So it's basically a case of looking up the crypto. You look at what they call its white paper. That's more or less like its business model. Find out whether it's got an identifiable use case. Does it solve anything in the world? Now, if that be the case, then that's something to invest in. And so you put your money in there, and hopefully in a matter of years or even months, you'll see the performance, you'll see the rise in your investment.
Oh, terrific. Africa Diaspora Connect coming at you all the way from Nairobi, Kenya, the UK, and here in Massachusetts. 3 time zones, worlds apart. This episode is brought to you by the Kenya USA Diaspora Sacco, an institution that caters to the needs of the Kenyan domiciled in the United States and other parts of the world by providing savings and credit services for almost all personal needs that include loans, savings, and an array of other investment services. Reach out to them at info@kenyadiasporasacco.com. That is info@kenyadiasporasacco.com, or visit their website at www.kudsonline.com. Ralph Kilondu, Honorable Secretary. My brothers, cryptocurrency. Man, we're taking the world by storm. Africa Diaspora Connect. I hope you're taking notes, because this is the Moneymaker Show. Walu, something about the various use cases. Can you extrapolate on that? You sent me that. I didn't quite understand. What was the pretext of that? Use cases. Can you get into that for a second?
Yes, the world has tended to concentrate a lot on the crypto side of blockchain. But there's more to blockchain than the money aspect. I think Crash mentioned about securities and utilities. So on the side of security, what that means is that if you own some land, you can sort of create a system that tokenizes that. Your land title can be secured on a blockchain, and once it's on a blockchain, it is easier to trade, to sell your land and get paid in a very sort of transparent and integrity way. So that is on security tokens. Then there's the utility token. I alluded to that when I said the current ICT systems are centralized. You have an IT director who is the alpha and omega of what goes into the database, and that's a single point of failure. You will want to re-engineer that and remove the control from one entity and spread it through several or various entities, the different nodes I mentioned, because they bring in sort of independence in what goes into the database. The various nodes have to reach consensus towards or with regard to the integrity of the stuff that goes into a particular database, whether that database is election database or it is a health insurance database or it is a land title database. The integrity that blockchain systems bring to the table ensure that there is less and less fraud that can take place. So blockchain has use cases over and above the money side. And I remember when I was serving on the blockchain task force for government of Kenya, we actually promoted the use of blockchain in the public sector, because we know that corruption happens because people change records. So if our systems in the Ministry of Lands were put on a blockchain format, the incidences and the opaqueness that we have there and the collusion between the IT departments and the various brokers will be brought to zero. So that's what I would say about blockchain outside the money world.
Wow, man, this is heavy. It's heavy lifting, man. This is like a crash course in some serious stuff that, honestly, as far as I'm concerned, I don't understand anything, but I believe in it. I believe in it, but I don't get it. Crash. As we're winding down, we're at that half-hour mark already. What are the risks? Everyone's talking about making. What are the key risks? What would you highlight to Wanjiko or to Epukulu as the key risks that people need to note as they get involved in this world of crypto?
The thing I mentioned earlier was the issue of scammers.
Yep.
People who set up websites tell you to put in your money. They give you some projections of how much you can make off investing with them. Of course, once you put your money in there, they are off with your money. And since the market is not regulated, and the government, I think the government of Kenya has actually warned in many instances against investing in crypto, precisely because of this. Because once you put your money in there and the guy takes off with your money, you have no recourse. Right? Money is lost, and that's about it. Now, other risks will include, of course, the volatility. I mean, the price of Bitcoin or any other crypto will move up and down in extreme fashion, right? So that it could go up by 10% in one day, the following day drops by 15%, and so on and so forth. But of course, as the market has grown, and as bigger players have come in, as the big banks have put their money in, of course, the volatility has kind of gone down a bit. So that, of course, is a good thing. But as I said, volatility of price is one of the risks. Another one, of course, is some of these exchanges, even the big ones, the pinball ones, they do get hacked, right? Because hackers who can basically hack into the system and make off with the funds, right? I think the big one, though, is regulation, right?
Regulation.
So, I mean, you've got none of the big countries have agreed on how to treat crypto, right? So you've got the US saying one thing, the UK saying something else, the Chinese saying something else, the Indians saying something else. So
and then the Russians hack you, and then the Russians come and hack it all.
Right. So, regulation, of course, it makes investors panic. Yeah. Because you could put your money in, and of course the following day, I mean, the governor of your central bank basically bans the coin, bans it, and says it's no longer legal tender, or it's no longer available. It's no longer basically legal to even own it. Yeah. I think we saw today what happened to the price. I mean, the crypto prices, they fell by double digits. Yep. Bitcoin was down by 14%, 12%. And that's on the back of basically the US Treasury saying that they will clamp down on financial institutions, basically for money laundering. So basically, that's what happens when the big guys come in and then make a declaration. Yeah. And the price plunges, and of course everyone panics and sells. But I mean, that's where now you need advisors, financial advisors, who tell you not to panic, carry on holding your currency. Ride the wave, so to speak. Ride the wave.
We have a lot to talk about, folks. We're going to be back 2-3 shows. It's going to be here, man. Listen, gentlemen, I really appreciate you. Let's give a big up to our Strathmore Forum. Give it up to our main guy, the main characters out there, Mr. Esquire himself. You see that? I'm going to put you on this show, but I don't know what you're going to talk about because your law doesn't apply to the U.S. law. So I don't know. And then Njithi doesn't believe in cryptocurrencies, and I'm sure this guy, he invests, but he doesn't tell us. I'm telling you, Njithi, we know you. Njithi, we know you're investing in these things. And then Mono knows nothing about nothing. All you do is yap on that forum. Just yap, making noise. Anyhow, guys, and Derito, we know we won't talk about Kanjo, but we'll talk about it next time. African Diaspora Connects. These are my two good friends, John Walu and Mr. Patrick Kiragu, all the way from the UK and from Kenya. Guys, thank you so much for your time. The African Diaspora Connect really, really appreciates you. My brothers, we'll talk to you soon. We'll have 2 or 3 shows, man. Thank you so much. Walu, Crash, Asanteni.
Bye-bye.
All right, man. Thank you, gentlemen. Crash, Asanteni. Walu, Asante.
Bye.
All right.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program